You ever notice how the harder you chase something, the further it seems to slip away? It's like trying to grab water with your bare hands. The tighter you squeeze, the more it leaks through your fingers. That's the trap. That anxious, gripping energy of, I need this now, doesn't pull things closer, it pushes them away. We've been told that effort equals results. And yeah, that can work in some parts of life. But when it comes to what truly matters, peace, love, purpose, freedom, it doesn't work the same way. Those things don't respond to pressure, they respond to presence. When you're chasing something with desperation, you're coming from lack, from this place of, I don't have it and I'm afraid I never will. And whether you realize it or not, that becomes the energy you radiate. You're basically screaming to the universe, I don't believe I'm enough without this. And the universe, it listens. Not to your words, but to your frequency, to your posture, to the place you're moving from. But here's where it flips. When you stop chasing, when you stop gripping so damn hard, something wild starts to happen. Things start unfolding. The job opportunity pops up out of nowhere. The person you were trying so hard to impress, they start noticing you without you even trying. The peace you were searching for, it creeps in, quiet, steady. Like it was waiting for you to shut up and be still. It's not that the desire goes away. It's that your relationship to it changes. You're no longer begging for it. You're aligned with it. And that's when the real magic kicks in. There's this shift that happens when you stop needing everything to go your way. Like really, when you just let go of trying to force it, life starts to breathe again. And so do you. We've all been there, checking the phone every 5 minutes, hoping for that text, obsessing over results, overanalyzing every little move like we're in some kind of emotional chess game. But here's the thing. When you act like you've got something to prove, you're already telling yourself you don't have it. You're telling life, I'm not whole yet. I'm not enough until this thing happens. And that right there, that's the block. Because when you stop chasing, when you stop trying to control every detail, you're no longer resisting the moment. You're allowing, you're trusting, and people feel that. Energy doesn't lie. That calm, grounded confidence, it draws everything in. People don't always understand why they're drawn to you, but they feel it. That inner stillness, that's rare, and rare is magnetic. So, yeah, the goal is still there, the vision still exists, but now you're not obsessing over how or when. You've stepped out of that frantic mindset and into presence, and in presence, everything you were chasing starts circling back. It's like life goes, finally, now you're ready. It's not about being passive, it's about being powerful without being desperate. It's about understanding that some things come not because you force them, but because you become the version of yourself who naturally attracts them. And that version of you, the one who doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't cling, that's the one who wins without even trying. And here's where it hits even deeper. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop trying to wrestle life into submission. You stop grabbing at things with clenched fists and start moving with open hands. See, the tighter you grip something, the more it slips. Ever tried holding water in your palm? Squeeze too hard and it's gone. But relax your hand and it stays. Same thing with people, with opportunities, with peace. When you try to own the outcome, you start pushing away the very thing you're craving. It's wild, but it's true. You've probably had moments where things finally worked out, after you stopped obsessing over them, right? After you finally said, screw it, and decided to focus on yourself, on your peace, on your growth. And suddenly, things started clicking. Calls came in, people reached out, stuff just started flowing. That's not a coincidence. That's energy doing its thing. That's alignment. Because people can feel when you're chasing energy versus when you're radiating it. When you're desperate for attention, it repels. When you're full within yourself, it attracts. And not just people, life, opportunities, momentum. Letting go is choosing faith over fear. It's you saying, I'm not going to strangle this dream to death, trying to control every step. I'm going to keep showing up, but I'm not going to lose myself in the process. That version of you, calm, still, Unbothered, but focused, that's dangerous. That's the version people remember. That's the version who wins long term. Here's what most people don't realize. Letting go doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. Because when you let go, you stop reacting to life like you're in survival mode, constantly needing to fix, chase, prove, control. You stop pouring your energy into things that drain you, and instead, you start reclaiming it, reclaiming your power, your clarity, your damn peace of mind. And that's when something shifts. Suddenly, you're no longer in that constant what if spiral. What if they leave? What if it doesn't work? What if I'm not enough? You stop treating life like a test you have to pass and start treating it like a current you can trust. And bro, when you do that, you start moving different. You walk different. You breathe different. You become magnetic. Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you finally don't need to. People feel that. Life responds to that. When you stop looking desperate for results, when you stop refreshing your phone, waiting for that text, or forcing that plan to work, or bending over backward to be chosen, that's when the things meant for you start showing up. Because now you're operating from alignment, not from fear. Now you're in flow, not force. You become like still water, calm on the surface, deep underneath, unshaken. And in that stillness, everything starts to rise. And look, letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. There's a difference. You can still want something. You can still have desires, dreams, goals. But when you cling, when you suffocate the outcome, you start killing the process. And that's when the tension creeps in. That silent pressure that makes everything feel heavy. You start overthinking, second-guessing, chasing validation, losing sleep over things that honestly don't even deserve that much of your energy. But the moment you loosen your grip, damn, everything breathes again. You breathe again. It's like you've been holding your breath for months, maybe years, trying to make something work, a person, a career move, an identity. And when you finally stop strangling it and just trust, something opens up, space opens up. And it's in that space where clarity starts to show up. Not in the noise, not in the panic, in the space. You start realizing that half the things you were trying to control weren't even yours to hold in the first place. That relationship you kept chasing just to feel worthy wasn't love. That job you were killing yourself over just to feel valuable wasn't purpose. You were just chasing noise, not alignment. And when you finally stop trying to force your worth into the world, you start feeling it without the need to prove anything to anyone. And that's where the power is. In that raw, unbothered calm where you're no longer begging life to notice you, because now you're moving like life is already in you. Now, here's the part no one tells you. When you really let go, like not the fake, I'm over it type, but when you truly release the grip emotionally, mentally, spiritually, life starts matching your new energy. It's wild. People start treating you differently. Opportunities come out of nowhere. You suddenly stop chasing validation, and instead, people begin to notice your peace. Not because you're louder, not because you're doing more, but because your energy is no longer needy. It's grounded, it's quiet, but magnetic. And that's the shift. Letting go isn't weakness, it's not giving up. It's power. The kind of power that doesn't scream, it just is. Because you're no longer reacting to everything. You're observing, choosing, moving with intention instead of panic. You start doing things because they feel right, not because you're afraid of missing out. You stop trying to force people to understand you, and you start understanding yourself. You don't need to control everything because you trust yourself to handle whatever happens. And man, that's when you become dangerous in the best way. Unattached, but not cold. Focused, but not desperate. Open, but not naive. That's when you start living. That's when life starts flowing. Not because you chased it harder, but because you finally stopped trying to control what was never yours to control. The funny thing is, most people don't even realize they're gripping so hard. They think they've let go, but deep down they're still calculating, still expecting, still checking to see if the universe got the message. Like, bro, you said you let go, but you're still obsessively checking your phone. still stalking their page, still replaying the past in your mind like it owes you something. That's not letting go. That's micromanaging life. And life doesn't respond well to micromanagement. Letting go is scary, yeah. It feels like you're surrendering control, because you are. But here's the wild twist. That control you thought you had, it was an illusion anyway. You were never in control of other people, never in control of timing, never in control of outcomes. You were just trying to protect yourself from uncertainty by overthinking everything. But what if I told you the very thing you're trying to avoid, the chaos, the unknown, the messy middle, that's exactly where the magic is hiding? That job you keep refreshing your email for? That text you keep hoping for? That aha moment you're waiting to hit you like a lightning bolt? They all show up the second you stop begging for them. And I don't mean giving up and walking away with your head down. I mean choosing to live anyway, to show up anyway, to laugh anyway, to pour into your own life so much the absence of what you were chasing doesn't even sting anymore. Because guess what? That's when it comes. When you're so full, so present, so unfazed, life has no choice but to match that energy. You become a mirror to the reality you've been trying to force. You stop playing tug of war with the universe, and it finally gets the space to show you what it had for you all along. Now, here's something people don't talk about enough. Sometimes you've got to unlearn the hustle. Yeah, I said it. Unlearn the obsession with grinding 24/7 for the things you already know are meant for you. See, most of us were conditioned to believe that if we just worked hard enough, obsessed long enough, stayed anxious and on edge enough, we'd eventually earn whatever we were craving. Love, validation, purpose, closure, whatever. But that mindset, it's toxic. It's the reason people burn out chasing something that would have already found them if they just relaxed for a damn second. Let me put it like this. You know when you lose your keys and you're flipping your whole house upside down? You're throwing pillows, checking your bag 5 times, yelling at your cat like he took them. Then the moment you stop, breathe, walk away, boom. They're right there on the table like they never left. That's not coincidence, that's alignment. That's what happens when you stop pushing against life and start flowing with it. When you're in that anxious state, your whole nervous system is out of whack. Your brain narrows its focus, your body gets tense, your energy gets repelling without you realizing it. Even if something good tries to enter your life, you're too busy forcing or filtering to even see it. But when you finally chill, really chill, everything changes. You become magnetic without trying. You start seeing clearly, hearing your intuition louder, making decisions from clarity instead of fear, and you stop needing everything to happen now because you realize it was never about timing. It was about readiness. And that's where the power is, man. When you stop chasing and start trusting. When you stop trying to control how the movie ends and just let it play out, scene by scene, without skipping ahead. Because here's the kicker. Life's script always had the good part written in. You were just interrupting it every time you demanded to fast forward. And if that hit even a little bit, if you felt something shift while listening, don't just scroll past like nothing happened. Let it land. Let it move something inside you. Drop a comment and let me know what part hit hardest. And if you want more videos like this, real talk, no fluff, then make sure you're subscribed. We're just getting started. Catch you in the next one.